Alright, welcome back. This is Dog, and we are gonna do a short video here on Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, which I have absolutely been loving. I mean, no surprise there if you're familiar with this series. It obviously has a great history, and they seem to have done a really good job with the sequel, the main sequel here. It is in some sort of early access period, I guess, so they're still going to add a lot more, but even with the current state of the game, it's very good. We've got a save point here. The purpose of this video is going to be to talk about how to make money, how to create a passive income by either A, using caravan routes, so trading, or B, purchasing shops and sort of having your own business. So I've got a save here, and we're going to use this save because what we're going to do is we're going to first go into Phycian and start a caravan route, which does require the use of a companion. And then we will back out and load this same save, and I'll show you purchasing a shop. And we can talk about both as we're doing it. The first thing is in terms of choosing your locations, both for a caravan route, but even more importantly for a shop, I would say. The reason why I'm choosing this, which is the Southern Empire, is because at this point in the campaign, I'm probably not too far away from deciding to maybe start supporting a kingdom. And if I do that, I may do this Southern Empire. So if I'm going to be supporting them and helping them, then I might want at least some of my businesses to be located in the lands that I'll likely be traveling through and protecting. So to me, at least, that kind of makes sense. Let's talk about the caravan routes first, though. Like I said, you do use a companion. So for this, we will be temporarily assigning our companion Coleg the fish to do this. Now, Coleg is good because he's a really good scout, so I don't know that I would actually want to use him in my campaign for a caravan because he's my scout, and I've only got one companion. You can find companions with a higher trade skill, which he has a 0 trade skill. And maybe that helps the companions. I mean, that's one of the hard part right now, I feel like, is you're not sure what all's been implemented, hasn't been implemented. But I've had caravans run by warriors with 0 trade skill. I've had them assigned as quartermasters, and their trade skill never goes up, but they still run successful caravans. So I'm not sure how much that matters. If it does matter, maybe they would have even been more successful. I'm just not sure. But let's go into the town here. The easiest way to start a caravan is to go to the top of the list here and find a merchant, because that's what you need to do to start a caravan. Is you need to talk to a merchant. So this second person here on the list, Themistius the silversmith, we can just click on talk with him, and then you'll be transported. For both caravans and shops, you're going to need around 15k, by the way. So you do need some money as an investment on the front end. But once you get your system going, I mean, this is going to be your passive income. In my last campaign, I had 5 shops open around the world and 1 or 2 caravans. And that was basically paying for more than the daily maintenance of my 125 man army at that point. So it is really worth doing this, although right now I only have 17k to my name. So it's a big hit. I mean, it's a lot of upfront investment according to where you are in the game. All right, so we introduce ourselves. We may have other things, but one of the options is always going to be talking to a merchant. I wish to form a caravan in this town. Okay, so the next thing you do, you click this. I think caravan is always the same, right? 15,000 to start it. Shops vary, and I'm not sure what causes that variance, but the shop costs will vary some. So we say, okay, I'm accept these conditions, I'm ready to start it. You choose the companion you want, and once you do that, the companion will be gone from your immediate party, and he'll be a part of a caravan. And he will start off with 30 men, men or women, as a part of his group. And you will actually see that caravan traveling around the world You can stay with it and try to protect it if you want to for a little bit, just as a novelty, but eventually you're just going to sort of forget about it, and it's going to be actually on the world, traveling around, buying and selling, and sometimes the party size will grow. I had a caravan that I think they can. Usually it's like up to 60 maybe that they can have with them, protecting them, or as a total population of their caravan. And the thing about caravans you do have to remember, though, is that they can get captured. I've had a caravan leader who's gotten captured and was held prisoner, and that, of course, dissolves the caravan. I don't think that even if they get out, the caravan restarts. I think at that point it's gone. Fortunately, at that point, I had more than made up for the initial investment, but it is something that can happen. So to me, the risk reward is a little greater with caravan. I think probably over time you might make more money on caravans than your average shop, maybe. That's what impression I have, but there's more of a risk there as well. Well, that's pretty much how you start a caravan. I'm sitting here talking about it, and I'm thinking, we actually don't have to start this thing. That's how you do it. As soon as you do it, it's automated from there. So that's how you start a caravan. Now let's talk about shops, okay? Let me go back to the main screen. Now, again, I don't know how much this is implemented, but when I think about a shop, one thing I like to do is look in the towns around the city that I'm going to buy a shop in. So we have Saldanas here, and they produce clay, okay? That's their main export. Spodia has grain, and Chinopsis has grain. And the reason why I bring that up, because I suspect that possibly a shop may do better in terms of profit if the resource they need is nearby. So they're not having to pay lots of money to import what they're going to be making. And so possibly you choose, it might benefit you to choose a shop that you want to own and have run in your name that does have the goods coming in easily. Again, I'm not sure that actually matters in the game, but that's the way I've thought about it. The other thing I would say is look at the prosperity of the city. So Physion, its prosperity is only 3,140. Now, if we go over to, is there another city that stands out in the southern? I think this is pretty good, but that ends up getting taken over a lot. Cyronia. Let's just go to Lycaron, or however you say that. Sorry, we'll take a minute here and travel. So remember, this is 3,140. I bet this other one will have a prosperity of at least 4,000. We'll see though. And then I'll show you how to actually start the shop. We need to talk to him. Oh, well, we'll get him later. Okay, so now here we're at Lycaron. And we can hover over the city and see that they have a prosperity of 4,128. So it's a little higher. So that's another thing that I might consider when I'm thinking about where do I want to shop. How prosperous is the city? Well, comparing these two, this city is a little more prosperous. Now, I've seen cities that have way higher prosperity than 4,000. But, I'm fine with starting one here. We're going to end up wanting multiple shops on this campaign. So, fortunately, I haven't been to these cities recently, or maybe not at all. Oh, okay. So primary production, silver ore. It does tell you, even if you haven't been, it looks like. Sheep, palfrey, and that's up there near the other place. That was grain. So actually, this sheep is interesting. If you think about wool, there are shops that certainly would use a lot of wool. Okay, so let's go in. We'll go talk to the merchant again. Only because that puts you sort of in the middle of town. And then I'll show you how to actually buy a shop. It also is very easy. I mean, the only key to doing either one of these things would just be knowing who you need to talk to. So we're going to introduce ourselves, and we're going to just leave for now. If you're in the city and you hold down Alt, you're going to see all of the significant places, right? So we have a wine press. It looks like someone has a quest over there. That exclamation point is not on the wine press. We have a wine press. We have a wool weavery. Remember what we were saying about sheep being nearby? Wool weavery, right? We have I can't tell, there's a smithy, but you can't buy a smithy, I guess. I don't think you can purchase a tavern. You only purchase the shops. I'm not sure about smithy, but I think that's just the location you travel to when you want to do smith work, right? So I actually want to go, let's go talk to let's go look at the wine press. Oh, Taliesin the Dyer, that's a person. Okay, here's wool weavery. Oh, that's the weaver. So if there's a wool weavery in town, there's also going to be a weaver, obviously. I've never had a wine press shop. I will say that my best shops, 2 top shops ever, have been breweries. People would want to drink beer, I guess. So, but I'm curious about the wine shop, because usually at least wine prices at different places tends to be pretty high oftentimes. So let's talk to the shop worker. Any shop worker you can talk to. You don't want to talk to the owner of the shop. That person may have a quest for you or something, but that's not who you talk to buy it. You talk to one of the shop workers. And you say, I want to buy this shop, and this one will cost you $14,000. Are you going to buy it? Yes. Now, important decision. These are the list of all the current shops. Remember, there was silver nearby. There's Silversmith. I think it was silver ore. But these are all of the shops. We could turn this into a brewery if we wanted to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it the way it is. So what the option down here at the bottom is, on second thought, I don't want to change what we're producing. Go on like this. In other words, keep being a winery. Okay? Wineries buy grapes for the market, so you'd want there to be grapes nearby. Maybe that would help. I don't know. Produces wine, which is always in demand all over the world. Are you sure you want to open a wine press? Yes. We have a shop now. Okay? We paid 14,000 dinar for this shop. Now, if you talk to the worker once you own the shop, you can change what you're producing. Now, to change it costs 2,000. And then you can straight up just change it to whatever you want. Okay? All right. Let's leave. So, that cost 14,000, right? Now, you see our money is gone. We're down to just over 3,000 dinars. But if you go and look at clan and other, this shows the shops you own. I think I was maxed out at 5 shops in my last campaign, and I'm not sure if that number changes based on like your stewardship or trading, or I'm not sure, to be honest with you. It just may be that right now in the game 5 is the max. I'm not positive. But from this menu, you can change production, 2,000, or you can sell it. Based on how well the shop's doing, the amount you sell it for can change. Right now we'd lose almost 2,000 dinars, right? More than 2,000 dinars if we sold it that quick. We're not going to be making anything on this. So let's go outside of the town and just sit right here for a second. Let's put it in fast forward. Let's let it run through the night and into the next day. And once everything... oh, there's that person we need to talk to. Do y'all mind if I just talk to them really quick? Don't go in. Don't go in. Shoot, they went in. Okay, hold on. All right. It's into the next day. Let's see if we can check it really quick. Okay. We made 3 denaries off of the winery today, okay? Not very much at all. Think about, you spent 14,000 something to start it. But here's the good news. You have now started a source of a passive income, right? Every day this shop is going to get better and better. For whatever reason, when you change ownership, it's like they don't hardly know how to do anything. Maybe people don't trust the shop anymore or something, but it will slowly build up. I don't know all the factors that contribute to how successful it is. It's gotta be stuff like the supply demand that's baked into the game, what's going on around, how much war is happening with the nation or the kingdom that it's in, the wealth of the city the shop's in. I just would think that those are the types of things that would contribute to it, but I don't know that for sure. But over time, this number will build. You'll be making more and more. I think my breweries, I had them long enough till I got them up to, they were both over 300 dinars a day. Okay? So a good shop, successful shop, was making that much per day. So you kind of do the math, think about, okay, how long does it take to get your investment back? But you're going to continue to be playing, making money other ways, waging war, protecting, doing missions, all kinds of stuff. And before you know it, all of your passive incomes are going to build up to a point where you're paying for your army out of your passive incomes, and then some. I mean, you can get to a point where really money no longer becomes such a stressful thing in the game as you're playing it. Now, the other thing you can do is hover over the money, and this will show where all of your major costs and incomes are coming from. So our party wages are 187 dinars a day, with a group of about 32, I think, in my army right now. And my wine press is making me 3 a day, but that will change over time. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. If you're just starting the game and you're trying to like look ahead to like, how can I start to make some things easier for me? Well, financially, with money, to me, these are 2 great ways. Starting trade caravans, and I would diversify. What I'd like to do is, I want to have 1 or 2 trade caravans, but I really like the shops. They might not be as high a reward potential, but I feel like they're very steady and sometimes end up being great sources of income. So that's kind of how I approach it. Hopefully this is helpful. That's, if nothing else, that's, you know, if you're new to the game, just starting playing, at least you know now how do I start that trade caravan, and how do I purchase a shop in a city so that I can start making the passive income that I want to make. But just remember that with the trade caravan, that's going to take up one of your companions. So that companion will not be fighting with you in your party anymore. They will be. So when you've maxed out on companions and you do a trade caravan, that's 1 less companion that you'll be able to have with you, unless you're using a mod or something to increase that amount. Okay, as always, thanks for watching. I hope this has been helpful. I know it's been a little long to describe something really that's pretty quick and easy once you know how to do it, but I wanted to sort of share my thoughts, and frankly, I'm just really enjoying the game. Just really enjoying it. So I hope you are too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.